Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the hottest day of the year and topic time, July 2nd. I gotta say, it's 1 degree hotter than yesterday, which was the previous hottest day of the year. I want you guys to feast your eyes on my guest here. I think people are gonna recognize her, and pinch yourself, I'm dreaming kind of cool way. She really is. Before we get started, though, I gotta give a quick shout out to my nephew Jason, who turns the big 1-1 today. Hopefully I'll see him a little later. He's had a great life already. He's done plenty of stuff himself in his young life. He's done acting, he's done music, he's done all kinds of cool stuff, played football. But today we are focusing on, yes, I have to introduce her like I introduce everybody. This is the one and only Ayla Brown, American Idol contestant, athlete, played basketball for BC. She finished 16th in the American Idol, something like that, I believe, very, very close to the top. And anyone who gets even into that realm of echelon is incredible. Obviously, you can't even touch it otherwise. And I have to mention too that she's also the daughter of a couple of well-known people, the ambassador to New Zealand for the United States, Scott Brown, former senator, who's my age, by the way. He's actually 3 weeks older than me. His birthday September 12th, I'm October 3rd. Mother is former Channel 5 anchor, and if she's not an award winner, she should be, Gail Huff. And when the show ends, before it ends, I'm going to ask Ayla about what she's doing now, if she's still anchoring anywhere, maybe in Auckland, New Zealand, but we got to wait till we're done talking to Ayla first. But in the meantime, Ayla Brown, this is such an honor to have you on my show today. Thank you for, I've been trying to get you on for years, and this is like the coolest moment in topic time history to this point.
Oh, thank you. No, it's so true. We've been trying to make this happen for about, 2.5 years at this point.
You say 2.5, I say 6.
Okay, well, yeah, you're probably right. And I also have to give a shout out to your nephew too. It's his birthday?
Yep, Jason Woods Young, yep.
Happy birthday, Jason. That's awesome.
It is, yeah, I know, the big 1-1. Yeah, he's doing all right.
Good for him.
Yeah. You don't have any kids of your own, do you?
I don't. I just have a dog, and he's
I
about
have
8
a cat
months.
who's 18,
so it's like having, well, it's not like having a kid, but waking up really early in the morning to take him out to the bathroom is like at least some sort of responsibility at my age.
That's at anyone's age.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay. Well, Ayla, like we do with every guest, we're going to profile you. People are going to know all about you, things that they never knew about you before that are really interesting.
Cool.
Which is what I like to think that, that's what sets Topic Time apart from the rest. Now, historically, what I do is when I interview people, especially people that are well known, the first thing I do is I go to YouTube and I check out what they've done that might be worth talking about. So the first thing I did after we set this interview up officially was I went to YouTube and I opened it up and I saw you doing a really awesome music video for the town of Rentham where you grew up. You were rolling around in the autumn leaves.
Yes.
And it was really great, called My Hometown, I believe.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yes.
The only thing, and believe me, it's an awesome original thing that you did, the method that you used to sing. You were singing in a southern drawl. You might as well have been singing about Laredo, Texas, or Macon, Georgia.
Yeah.
Or Jackson, because it's a C&W genre that you were singing in.
Oh, yeah.
You're rolling around in these New England leaves, a Boston girl, singing in a C&W style. So what I got to find out from you is tell them and myself, why is that? I know it works for some of the other stars. Taylor Swift, obviously, and neither her nor Shania Twain were born south of the Mason-Dixon line, but they're both C&W.
Totally, yeah, C&W, aka country and western.
Right.
So I know when everyone asks me that, they're like, why are you singing country music from Massachusetts? And the thing that I say is that, first of all, country music is all about the feeling. It's about the melodies and the lyrics and the honesty and the patriotism and the morals of the music. But we also had Jody Messina, who came.
I love Jody Messina.
She grew up in Massachusetts.
Did she? I did not know that.
She did. And so for me, that's like a really great, inspiring, strong woman.
So she inspired you?
Absolutely. To say to everyone
My
out
give
there.
a damn's busted.
There you go.
Love that song. Love that video.
No, she pretty much paved the path for people from Massachusetts, and I fell in love with country music because of the honesty of it. And
cool.
Yeah.
See, this is why we ask these questions. I never knew Jody Messina was from Massachusetts. I know her first hit was California Heads, Carolina Heads, California Tales.
Yep.
Back 22 years ago in 1996.
It's an amazing song. It's actually one that I sing all the time. It's one of my favorite songs that I've ever heard.
Have you ever met her before?
I have. I got to open up for her in Rhode Island.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ayla, tell me so this is the reason you're totally you're not a little bit rock and roll. You're all country and western, not like the Osmonds.
Yeah. No. I mean, I love and respect all genres. For the past well, 8 or so years, I've been strictly country, and that's because, like I said, I connect with the genre so much.
Okay.
And I sing a lot for our troops and military
Right.
overseas,
Sang
and I
in the
just
RNC
feel
in
like
2016 also.
Yep, I've sung a lot of, had amazing opportunities, but country music is just the genre that speaks to me the most.
Okay, so so it's basically, that's the only genre that you're currently using in your performances.
Yeah.
And which, by the way, she just did 3 performances in 3 days before she came to be on my show.
I
And that's such an honor. Plus, it takes someone with a lot of energy.
Yeah, I mean, I sing all the time.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants me to come sing for them, I usually try and make it happen with everything I can, depending on my schedule.
Right.
So for me, I do come back up to the New England area a lot,
Right.
even though I'm a Nashville resident. I've been there for 8 years. I always come back up to this area because it's where people have supported me
Of course.
for years, and I'm a Massachusetts girl.
Exactly.
So I love coming home and performing and seeing people and connecting with fans who have been with me for a long time.
Okay, so where have you, what, I know you performed on Fox and Friends, which I watch
Yeah.
every day, with Ainsley Earhardt. Was
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
What else, what other national TV shows you performed on, that you can recall real
I've
quick?
performed on Fox and Friends.
Okay.
I've performed on CBS, which used to be the early show. Now
Yep.
it's called CBS This Morning.
This Morning.
And I performed on Huckabee when he was on Fox,
Okay.
but also his new show that's on TCN.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Okay, anything late night with Glenn
nothing
Letterman?
late night.
Okay.
No, unless this airs late night, which I don't know.
Oh,
But
no, this will air anytime, all over the
anytime.
world.
Okay, cool. So,
Well, okay, but
no late night television.
The late night
opportunity,
television's usually recorded in the afternoon and then played late night.
Right.
But the fact that you're all over the world. You performed at the Winter Olympics in Seoul.
I did.
Which, by the way, I think was a great event for our national security. If I ever have your dad on as a guest, we'll discuss that. But
Yeah.
that must have been great, though.
It was
That's how
amazing.
I found out you still wanted to do my show when you emailed me. That was wonderful.
Yeah, I was over in South Korea
Yep.
For 13 days, and it was
Lucky
an
13.
amazing opportunity. I got to sing at 2 hockey games, one women's
Yep.
and one men's, and it was very similar to, I always say, if you've been to a Nashville Predators game, they have this really cool stage that's built into the arena,
Right.
overlooking the ice, and so it was pretty much a similar situation where they had a stage built in, and I got to perform for like 20,000 people.
The national anthem?
No, I got to do my own songs.
Oh, you mean, okay, not during a hockey game? Or did you?
It was like during their intermissions.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
that's even
so
better.
I know.
Wow.
I got to sing my heart out for people from all around the world.
Well, someday the Nashville Predators will win the Stanley Cup, and you'll be there to help them celebrate. Because
Oh,
after
that'd
a
be
while,
cool.
that is your second home now.
Yeah,
Nashville.
it is. It
Okay.
is.
All right, now here's what we do. Now we're going to backtrack. I want to talk about what life was like for you growing up in the Brown household as a
Okay.
kid. Now here's the thing. I get the sense that when you do your music, you're totally flowing with it. You feel great. You're performing, like you're passionate. You have no problem. When it comes to public speaking, though, now a few years ago, I saw you on TV. You were talking about your dad's campaign, but you didn't have too much to say. You said, vote for Senator Scott Brown, and it almost looked like you were kind of a little on the shy side. I mean, I just read that something about you. Maybe that's not true. I just kind of got that impression. But as a kid, now you're an athlete too. You played basketball at BC, and I assume that as a kid, you're one of 2 siblings, you and your sister, right?
Correct.
And so it was a family of 4 growing up.
Yeah.
And you grew up in Rentham. You lived there your whole life, starting out. So what was life like as a kid? First of all, I think maybe being an athlete and a musician, one begat the other somehow. Was that true when you want to discuss that?
Yeah, I find that there's a lot of similarities between athletics and music,
Yep.
at least in my life right now,
Sure.
because in my industry, I'm always competing with other artists or
Right.
people who are trying to do what I'm doing on a national or international scale.
Right.
And so I find that because I was a former athlete and someone who is competitive, I understand that sometimes competition is part of the game. And then I also understand what it's like to be on a team. So I'm really great, at least in my opinion, of working with others and
Right.
finding solutions and working toward goals. And that's what I love about sports and music, because
Exactly.
music is art. So I may be incredible to someone, like, let's just say you love my music, but then your 11-year-old nephew's like, I don't understand it, But that's the fun part about art, is
Exactly.
that it's so
It appeals to
up,
somebody.
Yeah,
and
it's
it
so
comes from
up
your
to
heart
the
and it
ears.
goes to someone, to the hearts of
Right.
others that can appreciate it.
Exactly.
But my question is, when you were growing up, what sparked both your music and your athleticism? Were you an outgoing child? Were you athletic as a kid? Were you musical as a kid?
I was both of those things.
Okay.
I was definitely on the athletic side because I was really tall and lanky.
Okay.
And really coordinated with my hands, so I was able to catch balls or run fast, or I was just coordinated, and
Right.
I think that had a lot to do with it. But I also had this mental toughness that
Well, let me ask
no
you this,
one was ever going to beat me.
Right. Were you intimidating to boys in your school growing up in your neighborhood?
Definitely.
Wow.
I was actually the first girl to ever sign up to play boys football in the whole league. And so,
What league was that? You mean high school? You mean
It
like
was-
Pop Warner or something?
Correct.
Really?
Yeah, it
Wow.
was Pop Warner. So
I don't see these are questions. I'm so glad I asked this because I bet most people didn't know that about you.
Yeah, no, it's definitely one of those things.
You played Pop Warner football. What
Unless
position
you
were
played
you?
with me or against me, you might
No,
not know
This
that,
is great
but,
stuff. What position?
I was tight end, D end, and punter.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I played for 3 years.
In Rentham.
Yeah, but it was King Philip. So it
King
was
Philip, sure.
Rentham, Norfolk, and Plainville. It was a
Wow.
tri-county, and I had a blast. The boys elected me captain, which was shocking.
Yeah.
Worked really hard. I'd never even played football before I tried out for the team.
Well, what made you try out for the team? You just thought, you said, I can do this, bang, and there it is.
I played a couple times at recess and I really enjoyed it, but it
Wow.
was not tackle. It was just like flag football, two-hand touch. And I came home and I was in fourth grade and I said to or fifth grade, and I said, Mom, Dad, I really want to play football. And they're like, you're not playing football.
Of
And I'm
course.
like, okay, well, why not? And they're like, well, because I don't know if girls can even play football. And I'm like, well, that's a good point. I don't even know if they can either. There's never been one before. And so they said, all right, we'll make you a deal. Because I wasn't, and I never have been the best student. It doesn't come naturally to me, but I work really hard when I want to.
Exactly.
And so they said, if you can get straight A's, then the next year we'll let you play football.
And you did it.
Well, yeah, don't challenge me, So I ended up,
Well, why not challenge you? That's how you succeed.
well,
You're like the what do you call it? You're like the meteor about all that somebody needs to do is to stir the cauldron and boom, you blow and there you go.
I think
Next
that's
thing you
what
know,
my
you're
parents.
dominating everybody.
I think that's what they kind of thought,
Yeah.
but they didn't think it would happen, and it did. Or maybe they thought I would lose interest, and I didn't. And so I remember walking into the gymnasium, and there were these two double doors, and to the left were the cheerleader sign-ups, to the right were the football, and I walked right over to the right side, and this woman came over to me, and she was like, "Honey, you're on the wrong side," and
She thought you were a cheerleader,
yeah,
right?
I was like,
Wow.
no, I'm not. I actually want to sign up for the boys football team.
Wow.
And
That is so
being
cool.
on that football team, I swear to you, led me and got me ready for my basketball career.
Yep, I
and
believe it.
Getting
Well,
a,
you obviously
getting
must
a
have had good grades to
scholarship.
get into BC too.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is it led me to get a scholarship at BC.
Right.
The scholarship led me to be tough on American Idol.
Yep.
Being on American Idol allowed me to realize that this is what I want to do in life. And then when you finally realize that, you put all the things you've learned in your life and you say, okay, how can I be the best version of myself? The mentally tough, the determined, the hopefully talented, and the one that connects to people. And so I've been doing this now for 12 years, and
Wow.
it's just like, I can't believe this is my life. It's really cool.
It is, yeah. I mean, you're not just the wannabe garage performer. You're a worldwide icon in music and
Thank you.
whatever else.
I'm working hard. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not there. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I find that every time I perform, I'm getting a step closer.
Well, where exactly do you want to be? And what are your goals, like say 2 or 3, 10, 15 years down the line? Obviously you're young. You have a milestone birthday coming up this
I
month.
do. Don't tell anyone how old I'm going to be.
I'm not going to say how old it is. It's public record, but it's up to you. I've seen it already. But
That's true. It is public record. I guess my goals would be to continue to make this my living. And
Yep.
what I mean by that is the music industry is filled with people who want to be superstar, right? And they'll end up doing these shows for free or not charging because they want to be a star. For me, I've been doing this and I've been using music to pay my bills and pay my mortgage now for many years. So if I can continue to make this my sole living and be totally as happy as I am right now, then that's my goal.
That's it.
That is it. On a very simple
You're on the
form.
roller coaster.
I have other like goals, like I'd love to sing at a Super Bowl and I'd love to perform at the White House someday. Like I would like to do other big goal things, but generally speaking, in 10 years, if I'm still singing, then I'm going to give myself a little pat on the back because it's a hard
Ayla,
industry.
there's nothing wrong with using a little nepotism. You after all, President Donald Trump appointed your dad to his job.
Yeah.
So maybe they'd let you sing. Why wouldn't they let you sing at the White House? Sometime.
Well, it doesn't even need to be for President Trump. I'm just saying this has been a goal of
I
mine.
had a woman on my show that performed at the White House for Obama's crew back in 2011.
See, that's awesome.
Yeah.
To me, that would be, no matter if it's Democrat or Republican,
Right.
to sing at the White House would be the ultimate honor because you're truly singing for your country. It was very similar to singing at the Olympics.
Yep. Except you'd be home.
I'd be home
on your home turf, of the home,
yes.
through the plane.
So we'll
right
see.
here.
Knock on wood. That would be fun.
This is actually plastic, but I understand what you mean.
I'll find it later then.
No, I understand. Okay. Well, that is so cool. Okay, now you pretty much represent yourself these days, right? You told me you had a couple agents in Nashville, but now that's a big step right in and of itself.
Yeah.
And you just took that step like within the past month or so, right?
Yeah. So the Nashville, actually the world in general, is filled with people who think they can do a good job, and a lot of them do, but I always find that no one does a better job promoting myself than myself.
Exactly.
And so I've learned to kind of invest all the money that I've made on CDs like the one you have there, or merchandise, and I've spent a lot of it on PR and putting a song on radio, and I've learned a lot of lessons. But at the end of the day, like I said, this is my career and the way that I pay my mortgage and my bills, and I have
live in the American dream.
I have to save as much as possible so I can continue to do this for years to come.
Well, I don't see why not. I mean, you've already reached the pinnacle that most people that are seeking it are not going to reach. And you're not, and you still have, plenty of opportunities to continue that.
Thanks.
And I don't see where it going anywhere from up. Especially, you're on my show now, and this show, you're helping me get to a pinnacle I'm trying to reach too, which is, having a world famous talk show.
Yeah,
which is what
I understand.
Yeah, this is what
awesome.
I want. This is my goal.
Good.
And so, well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break and we're going to have Ayla perform a song.
Yes.
Okay. If she's going to perform, if she wants to perform too, that's okay.
Cool.
Her voice is a little spent from doing 3 shows in 3 days. She wants to take a little break. That's fine. But what you're going to see is 2 songs back to back. So without further ado, the beautiful and very talented Ayla Brown.
Hey everyone, this is my new song called Label. Yeah, if you're asking, I can be cool with taking it slow and doing this dance for a couple more circles. Round and round we go. I dare you to find out what you've been missing. You like the chase, but I like the kiss, and you will be kicking yourself for a minute if you close this door. Let's put a label on it. You know you want it's the least that we could do. If you're not up for it, and just ignore it, I might just be out too. I'm not docking, matching rings for a left hand, or getting some crazy tattoo. Let's put a label on me and you. See, they're gonna scare you, make you. Which one is it? All in, running, just reminiscing. I'm sitting on a say went too far right out of your mouth. Yeah, yeah. Let's put a label on it. You know you want it's the least that we could do. If you're not up for it, and just ignore it, I might just be out too. I'm not talking matching rings for a left hand, to getting some a label on me and you. I want you. Don't you want it too? Let's put a label on it, you know you want us the least that we could do. If you're not up for it and just ignore it, I might just be out too. I'm not docking and matching, rings for a lift and to getting some crazy tattoos. Let's put a label on me and you. This is my song called Pride of America, and it's dedicated to everyone who has fought for our country. When a teenage boy's been saving tips, spending every weekend working double shifts, 'cause that F-150's just gotta be his. That's the pride of America. When a tear's rolling down a father's face as his oldest son's walking across the stage, the first in the family to graduate. That's the pride of America. Yeah, it's in our hearts, it's in our homes, up city streets and down country roads. Why we dream a little bigger, walk a little taller in our shoes. No, we can't help it, we can't hide it. We're born and raised, stand behind it. When a head and over heart, flag in the yard, attitude shines through. That's the pride of America. When 100,000 fans Sunday afternoon turn to face the red, white, and blue, 'cause the coin ain't tossed till they all salute. That's the pride of America. Yeah, it's in our hearts, it's in our homes, up city streets and down country roads. Why we dream a little bigger, walk a little taller in our shoes. No, we can't help it, we can't hide it. We're born and raised, stand behind it. When I hand over heart, flag in the yard, attitude shines through. That's the pride of America. Ooh, that's the pride of America. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When a little girl's running up and down the street, tying yellow ribbons round every tree, 'cause her daddy's coming home from overseas. That's the pride of America. Yeah, it's in our hearts, it's in our homes, up city streets and down country roads. Why we dream a little bigger, walk a little taller in our shoes. No, we can't help it, we can't hide it. We're born and raised, stand behind it. When I hand over heart, flag in the yard, attitude shines through. That's the pride of America. Pride of America.
Ayla, that was unbelievable. You are so talented.
Thank you.
Listen, we're just about to wrap the show up. I want to know real quick, is your mom still anchoring anywhere?
No, she's over in New Zealand.
I know she is. I was thinking maybe she was anchoring there. She's not.
No, she's not.
She's
but
not.
I know she misses it, and she had an amazing time
She
doing
did.
it for many, many years, and made some amazing friendships and connections with people.
Including me on Facebook for the last 7 years.
She's the best. I wish she was still doing it, but I think you know, her life has kind of taken a different turn, and
Exactly.
one that she's also very proud of, and that's supporting my dad and representing our country over in New Zealand right now for the next couple more years. And
Okay, so in a couple of years they're coming back to the States.
well, I don't know what's after that, you know. I
Well,
guess.
I mean, is that? I mean, it's only a temporary position, isn't it, for your father?
Well, I mean,
I don't know how that works. I'm not.
from what I understand is
Knowledgeable.
when President Trump is done, if he wins another election, he can ask my dad if he wants to stay
Oh,
on.
I see, I understand,
you know what
yeah.
I mean, and stay in New Zealand. So
Right.
I guess it all really depends on the next election. So.
Well, Ayla, all I can say is I wish I'd had you on a couple of years ago, because then they might have invited me to that big wig party at Ernie Box House to send them off, which I'm sure you were at. I would have loved to. I would think all the top
Yeah.
time guests I could have rounded up.
Of
But if you have,
course.
and also just want to let you know, please tell your folks if you had a good time on my show. If they ever do come back, I'd love to have them on together.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That would be a great show.
Yeah,
And
it's
just
been
real
a
quick,
while.
give a few shouts out to people that are going to see the show.
Well, I know my mom and dad will definitely watch it over in New Zealand because I'm going to send them the link. So, mom and dad, I'm going to send you the link. You can watch it. And then anyone in Massachusetts who has supported me, I hope you tune in and kind of hear what I've been doing over the past number of years since I've performed in this area. And of course, if there's any sort of venue you want me to come and play at, I would love to hear what those are, because being in Nashville, you know, I need someone on the street team to kind of help me out, get me back up here from time to time.
Just real quick, what town in Massachusetts was Joe D. Messina from? Do you remember? If not, I'll look it up on Google.
We should look it up together because I think it.
We'll do it after the show.
Yeah,
is.
I know someone told me what it was a couple of years ago, and I think it was close to the like Rentham, Rhode Island.
Oh, okay.
up that
I think maybe
area,
Bellingham, possibly around there.
Yeah, actually, I think around there. You're right. So.
Okay, yeah, I know the area. All
yeah.
right. Well, on that note, are you ready to, we did like we did at the beginning, snap to my little theme song?
I am. After I tell everyone where they can hear
Go
about
ahead,
my
real
music.
quick. Tell 'em.
So if you'd like to hear more of my music, I came out with that song Label that I played for you today. You can find that on Spotify and iTunes. And if you like it, add it to one of your playlists this summer. That would make me really happy. But you can go to aylabrown.com to check out where I'm going to be this summer and all of my other fun information and music videos. So hope to see you there.
Awesome. Thank you, Ayla Brown. You were an amazing guest.
Thank you.
You just took Topic Time to a new level. Are you ready to? Yeah, absolutely. Are you ready to jiggy with it here?
Yes, I
Okay.
am. Let's
Thanks, folks.
do it.
Watch more great episodes of Topic Time. As you can see, they're getting better and better. Here we go.